content remains king in social. It remains king in SEO. It's key in digital PR and traditional PR. And if your brand has no personality, it's going to be tougher to get those things to work. So you've actually sort of inspired me to go back and think about making sure that our clients have really defined their brand personalities, and can articulate it in such a way that a creative team on the earned media side, but also on the ad creation side, knows what the brand personality is and how to have messages resonate with that.
It's one of I think the simplest ways to go about it that I've just seen work really well over the years is to consider public figures out there and get a sense of, like, is this more of, say, a Brian Williams voice? Is it more of an Ellen DeGeneres voice? Is it more of an Oprah voice? Maybe it's a Tucker Carlson voice, right? Like, are there some of these people that you can almost hear and identify with, and and help use that as a guide? And it's like, oh, well, so if you're looking at say Brian Williams versus Jon Stewart, and it's like, oh, okay, so here's the kind of thing that Jon Stewart would do that Brian Williams wouldn't, and even when the two of them have way more similarities than they have differences, is this someone that's trying to be really provocative from a totally different kind of angle, and then you have Statham that, I don't know, sounds like Immanuel Kant or something. I feel like I'm not smart enough to even know who the hell they sound like, but just these kinds of ideas where it's like how do you get people on the same page with that kind of voice, and at least as a starting point for this, like you have a few people in the room, oh yeah, that does sound a little more like this brand versus not. And then the other thing I've always found fascinating is how sometimes the brand voice actually sounds like people in the room, and so I working on H&R Block on Twitter when I was at 360i early on. I think it's funny that there was one of the brand leaders there on the H&R Block team who had just this wonderful, easygoing vibe to her, and it just like the brand very naturally sounded like her, even when she wasn't working directly on that account. And so to this day, like I associate H&R Block with her voice, whatever they sound like right now.